Independent Showcase season 5 episode. Can't remember. Because we have been all over the place in season 5. We've been in England, we've been to America, we've been to Australia, back to America, back to the United Kingdom, and now to Scotland. I think for the probably only the second time. I can't count every time Fiona's been on here. As a side note, Fiona's very rudely on a show tonight, so she can't join us, unfortunately. But we are joined by a rising star in the Scottish game. It's Rosie Nyte. Rosie, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Sorry about the long-winded intro. I was
All right.
trying to go for everywhere that we've been in so far in season 5. It's been a. I wish I had air miles for where I've been. Uh,
Could get yourself a wee holiday out of that, wouldn't you?
I could have done. Never mind. But anyway, back with you. Look, we're at the time of recording, nearly 3 months into 2026 so far. How has 2026 started for you, wrestling wise?
Oh, wow. So it's kicked off with PBW, so that's where I primarily train, owned by Kid Fight. Um, Phenomenal trainer. I've been with him for now 8 years on and off. But yeah, so kick started with, where it all began, really. Um, Headed off to, I've been in England for a few times as well. Yeah, so it started off pretty strong actually. Last weekend I was on double duty, wrestling on the Friday in Scotland, back down to England on the Saturday for wrestling, and then back up to Scotland on the Saturday night to then go back down on the Sunday.
Well, we're talking about air miles. You've traveled, you've done some miles, right?
Yeah.
So far. It's good to see though. It's good to see people busy in 2026. For people that don't know much about the Scottish scene, 'cause everyone says, "Oh yeah, the English, the British scene's thriving and all this sort of stuff." But they seem
Yep,
to forget that there's more than just England, right? There's Scotland,
definitely.
Wales. I've been to Wales, to Slam Masters, and to a couple of other places over there.
Hmm.
Haven't been up to Scotland yet. I should do really to see
Oh, you need
Fiona.
to.
I should do to see Fiona in action, right? And to see what she does. But for someone that hasn't, like myself, what's the Scottish scene like at the moment over there?
Oh, the talent in Scotland is phenomenal. I'm not even being biased because I'm Scottish, but the Scottish talent, it's like competitive. Like we're all fighting for that spot, and it's really tough competition. And the Scottish wrestling scene now, like so many rising stars. Like I mean, for starters, like I know I'm female, but one of the males that stands out to me, rising star right now, is a boy called Alex Parker. Like
Mhm.
he is phenomenal, and like that set the tone for like what actually Scotland can offer. And then you've got talent such as Angel Hayes, who
Mhm.
is now currently in Japan
Yeah.
for Scotland. Like it's just there's so much talent in Scotland that's it's phenomenal. Like it is a brilliant scene up in Scotland the now.
Is it an exciting time to be in wrestling in general? Like, obviously with the independent scenes thriving, but with also, if people want that contract over in America
Hmm.
or even in Japan, with the amount of promotions that there are now, it used to be WWE, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
You're now AEW, TNA are back, NWA, all right, it's not full contract, but it's
Yep.
there. New Japan, Noah, everyone. Is it just a great time to be in wrestling in general right now?
Yeah, I would say so, definitely. It's a great time, whether you're wanting to stay in the independent scene or you're wanting to progress and you want to end up getting one of these contracts. Like right now, wrestling it's thriving, it's busy, it's like people shows are selling out left, right, and centre. It's just everybody wants a bit of wrestling. Like everyone's just loving it.
Yeah, I am. I know I am. I'm busy as well in
Yeah,
wrestling, which is great. Do you think I don't know because it's only been on Netflix a year, but do you think the Netflix influence, I know it's just WWE, but that
yeah.
has had an influence a little bit in people maybe re-engaging with wrestling that maybe have gone off of it because it's now available right there in front of us on Netflix?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is like, I mean, I know myself, I didn't personally keep up to date with WWE when it was on like their own servers because we all grudge paying an extra like subscription
Yeah.
um for like one set of streaming. But the fact that now it's on Netflix and you're scrolling through and you're maybe looking for like a daft movie or something to fling on, Like it's right there. It's there for you to see. I mean, I know personally, like one of my best friends, her wee girl, now goes through Netflix and sees wrestling and just puts it on, like because
Yeah.
it's there, and they get they get so invested in it that they're wanting to come to the independent shows to meet the wrestlers, and it's I think definitely putting on Netflix has opened a lot of eyes to wrestling in general, and then they go and look for where wrestling is and they see it's in their local area, so they want to head out and see something live rather than on a screen. So I think it has had, I personally think it's had a very big impact on people wanting to come out now because they're looking for it, they're looking to see when's the next show, or can they see wrestling in their area, and there's maybe one 5 minutes down the road from them that they didn't know about. So
Yeah, I think
yeah.
so. I love the fact that it's on there. I think that it has opened up doors. But let's talk a bit more about you. Like, when
Yes.
did it all start for you? Was you a wrestling fan growing up, or how did you get into this?
So I was a wrestling fan, so I watched it when I was younger with
Hmm.
my younger brother. He's in the independent scene, Logan Smith.
Okay.
That's whose jumper I'm wearing. But yeah, he was in the independent. He's in the independent scene, and used to watch it with him. And then he started training with Kid Fight,
Hmm.
and I went to go and see his debut match. And it was a quick conversation with Kid Fight. I was kind of like, that looks quite fun. Actually, I didn't even know this existed. Um, and then my wee brother was like, I bet you £100 you won't last more than a month. And do you know what? I was like, need to prove him wrong. So yeah, that's when it all kind of started. I kind of fell in love with it and made so many lifelong friends from it that you kind of get drawn back in. Like no matter what happens, yeah, I ended up drawn back in. Like taking breaks, not here I come again, like I'm missing it. But yeah, that's how it all started, going to see my wee brother debut.
Did
And
you
I
get your
just,
£100?
no, Logan, pass it on. Logan Smith owes me £100.
Get that £100 back. You mentioned that you watched it growing up. Who was like the people that you used to love watching on the telly?
I was a big Eddie Guerrero fan.
Hey.
He was my guy. I loved him. Loved him. Um, do you know what? Weirdly enough, I didn't really watch the Divas. It was all about like Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Like I always thought when I grew up, I was going to be Rey Mysterio or Jeff Hardy, but you know, my body argued with that fact, and it's just. But yeah, I always grew up watching the men more than the women wrestlers. It was kind of weird. It wasn't until recently that I actually started watching the female wrestlers.
We'll get back to women's wrestling next. I want to talk about that. I want to tell you, as you like Eddie Guerrero, God rest his soul. I want to, if it's okay with you, I'd like to tell you my favorite Eddie story.
Go for it.
So I've been fortunate enough to attend 5 WrestleManias in the States, and the first one I attended was WrestleMania 21 out in Los Angeles. So a group of friends. It was my first holiday without the parents. I was wasn't quite 21, but I was 21 enough to drink, which was even better.
Yeah.
So we get out there, we have this flight, we stupidly went via Germany to Los Angeles, like 14 hours. It was just a crazy flight, 14 hours. We get to the hotel, we drop our bags, and on our hotel, we've got a Denny's attached to the
Yeah.
hotel. There's probably a lot of American hotels do. Um, so we got there. Was like, what's going on? Because this is like early morning in America. So we're like, what's going on today? And it's like, oh, Eddie Guerrero's signing over in Toys R Us. So we're like, okay, we'll drop our stuff. Like, we'll eat this. We'll get a taxi. We'll get out there. We got the taxi. We got to to Toys R Us, and there's tents. There's people in tents and stuff that they've been. I don't know how long they've been there, but there's like literal people.
Yeah.
The queue's going round. We're like, oh Jesus. And they said, oh, it's limited to 500 people. So we're like, fuck. So we were like, okay, we'll queue up. Worst case, we don't get in. We'll go back to the hotel and we'll just, chill out. They're coming around giving the tickets out. We're 496, 497, 498, 499, 500. That's us. So
Yeah.
in our point, so we're like, wow, we're the last six. This is a sign. We're going to meet him. Great. Anyway, fast forward the 4 or 5 hours. Signing begins. He gets a police escort in and he starts signing away. And I think it's like 6 to 8, the signing, I want to say. It gets to 5 to 8, and we're just getting into the door. So that's how long the sign's been going on. And they said to him, "We're going to have to ask him because he's got to finish up. He's got other things to do." So as we get in, we're here. There's little corner tables there, and the woman's gone round and she spoke to him. And this is it. We all just went crazy. He looked at the woman. He done his little shoulder thing. He was like, "We got all night, I say." And that was like, and I think even at like 20 years old, we all just like fanboyed at that point.
Oh,
And
I would have. I mean,
anyway, that
I'm
was it.
a, I'm at BCW. It's a promotion up in
Yeah,
Scotland.
yeah,
Um, I met Chavo Guerrero
yes,
there,
yeah,
and I spent ages talking to him about his uncle. I was like, I was obsessed with your uncle growing up, and he just spent ages telling me stuff about him. It was like I actually think I probably my soul left my body with happiness.
yeah.
Like just getting to meet and talk to Chavo Guerrero, which was close to Eddie Guerrero, it just healed my inner child.
Yeah, we just grew up, at that point, as I said, we just fanboyed, and that was it.
No
Met him, it
wonder.
was great. That 30 seconds was, worth every the 6 out of 4 hours that we queued up.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's boring. So that was about me, and we're talking about you.
No, loved
Uh,
it.
you mentioned about women's wrestling, and you didn't, you growing up, you watched Ray and you watched Eddie, and it was kind of pushed to the side. To be honest, that was where the women were at that point. If
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
totally transparent. I always credit TNA for sort of starting the women's, revolution.
Mhm.
With it now, I think that women's wrestling. I don't know about the too much about the independents, but from what I see on the television, there's like a roller coaster. We get to a point where they're really pushing it, it's strong, and then it dips, and then there seems to be another online backlash. And the moment there's an online backlash, it goes back up because they're like, oh my god. Is that how you see it? Do you still feel there's more that can be done from the women's point of view?
Personally, my point of view is Scotland actually kind of are pushing for women. Like there's some shows now that it's a 5 match card and two of the matches are women.
Yeah,
Like I know I'm pure promoting my company here, but I know PBW do it brilliantly. Like they
yeah,
do once a year a full event that's
yeah,
just women's wrestling, and it always does phenomenal. And like you've got talent. Like we've had like we've had like Lizzie Evo on it. We've had Harley Hudson, Rio. Like all these talents are coming from all over just to be a part of this in Scotland. And like you are finding a lot more promotions are like adding on like mixed tags and
mhm,
like I feel like Scotland are doing really well with that where women are getting more recognition in that kind of side. I don't think they're failing. Like I know we all know like predominantly the cards are it's going to be male like
yeah,
male established, but again, at the end of the day, we're not treated any differently in Scotland, like with how women are perceived in wrestling, like that's what I mean. Mixed tags, like where it's more evolving rather than we'll just fill a full 5 match card with men. They
yeah,
want to add in female matches, whether it's one, two. So personally, I think what I've seen, it's not really as bad anymore. Like there is a lot more pushing towards women getting bigger representation. Because I mean, some of the female talent is just undeniable. You can't
yeah,
argue the females. Like it's as if we all go out with a point to prove, and we prove it. Like aye, so that's my stance on it. Women in Scottish independent scene are getting a lot more recognition
yeah.
and kind of sometimes taking the buck of like matching the nights and stuff like that because it's undeniable the talent that female are producing now.
Yeah, there definitely is, and in the UK, Rain Leverkusen obviously signed with NXT
Yep.
recently. So good congratulations to Ray Rain. I remember seeing one of her first matches ever, and so it's great to see that story. But with you, you mentioned that you obviously started with training at the same school as your brother. At what point was it apparent for you that you're like, I can actually do that? I'm not saying you couldn't do it to begin with, but there's a point in you that goes, yeah, actually, this is something I can do. When do you remember when that was?
It was when I got through kind of like my first match, like my
Yeah,
first training match, and I went, I actually knew what I was doing here. Like I understood what I was up to. Like it wasn't just random bits and pieces anymore, or why am I doing this? And why is that making sense? And what's a heat and what's a shine? Like, what is all this? And then eventually, when I've done my first training match, I was like, I really enjoyed that. Actually, being all creative and being my own wee unique character. Like, it was that moment where I went, I actually really like this. Like, I could do this. Be all right.
And then for anyone that hasn't seen you before, your character, talk to us about it. What is it?
Oh, my character, she's questionable. Um, I would like so basically primarily now I play a heel.
Mhm.
Like so the
Yep.
only place I tend to be the baby face is a company in South Shields actually called Shield Pro.
Yep.
That's the only place I'm a baby face. But I tend to play this kind of cocky kind of character, like, and a wee bit unhinged as well. Like, she doesn't really care. Like, it's as if she doesn't even know why she's there half the time. Like, she's just kind of there to get up the roads, kind of thing. But my character can lose her mind as well. Like, she's like that calm, cool, collected, kind of cocky heel until things don't go her way. Then she loses it. Um, yeah, I would say like it's unhinged basically.
Unhinged. That's a good word for
like
it.
your wife times 100. Like she's just unhinged. Your wife, your girlfriend, like you just don't know what you're getting with it. It's like you don't know what mood you're getting her in. But when I'm a baby face, I still weirdly enough play that kind of cocky baby face, but not too cocky.
Yeah.
Like almost like I'm kind of touching at the line, but I get away with it. Apparently I don't believe it, but people say that I'm quite funny, but I don't even try to be funny.
That is interesting. What about your star in ring style? What would you say is your character in ring?
Oh, that's a question, isn't it? So when I'm face, I'm actually quite agile. Like so, I do like the spinning head scissors, the hurricane
Yeah.
ranas, the dives. Like I do all that like dead agile. Like um when I'm heel, it's all just kind of like, like I'm a wee person and I'm going to take the mick out of you. Like even as a heel, I still use like speed over size. Like I'll still use the fact that I'm quick and kind of laugh it off as if I can do that to hen. Like, so I would say my style is very, very mixed. Like, faces all the agile stuff, but even as a heel, I'll try and do it, but just make it cocky. Like, as if you can do that, so can I. Here's one up on you, pal. Like,
Anything you can do, I can do better, right? Is that
yeah,
what? Yeah.
basically, it's like that I would say that's my whole persona. Like, in ring, like, I wouldn't say I'm a technical goddess by any means. Like, I kind of tend to use my agility and my size. Like, what is it? As people keep saying to me, I'm built like the side end of a £5 note. So I'm going to use my speed, and I'm very aware that I'm like. So I use that to my advantage. I'm a tiny person.
That, I'm gonna have to use that somewhere down the line. You've had, I suppose, the fortune, or shall we say, misfortune, of getting in there with Rio.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that because she's one of the names that she's always one of the names on the people that are going to be signed at some point up in
Oh,
the States. What is it like
oh.
wrestling her?
Honestly, the first time I worked Rio, right? Background story of this, it was BCW, it was BEW,
Yep.
down in we were in London, so we'd already just done a 10.5 hour drive down from Scotland to London. Made it to London, and Rio had contacted and said there'd been an accident on the motorway. She was making her way, but we were on third.
Okay.
And she was like, can we get it moved? Promoter, lovely guy, Declan Kellett, was like, oh, yeah, we'll get it moved. We'll get it moved, no bother. Rio arrived. we had, it was like the next match was going to be the third match. She just arrived, laced up her boots, started going, right, so what do you do? And then her music hits. um, so that was me. First time ever working her. It was all basically off the cuff. Like,
Wow.
um, but my God, can that woman get anyone through anything? Absolutely, because she got me through my first ever off the cuff match. And if I like, I'm sure there's footage of it somewhere, and it was actually like one of my favorite matches. Like, it was phenomenal, and she just knows, her knowledge is phenomenal. Just the way she works, like, just if it hadn't have been her that day, I don't know what I would have done. And like looking back to where she was then versus now, it's like I still get like such I kick out of saying, "Oh, I've wrestled her." Like, you know that way. Like, it's like one of the names that I know in the future I'm going to be able to look back on and go, "I can't believe I've wrestled her," and she's like on my telly. Like,
Yeah.
I wrestled her as well while COVID was going on. Um, in ICW, and we were doing the behind the closed doors. I
Yeah.
wrestled her then, albeit it was like a squash match, but like even at that, her professionalism went. I've wrestled her before. I'm not doing a squash match with her. She's doing a match with me.
Mm.
And like, do you know what way? Like, she's just like, oh, she's phenomenal. Like, see if I had the opportunity to wrestle her again, like in the future, oh, I'd fight somebody for it. Like, shoot fight. Like, she is just phenomenal, and like the talent is undeniable. Like, you just need to
Yeah.
watch her and go, wow. Like, and just really love the person as well. Like, there's nothing better than when you go to work somebody and they're just genuinely nice.
Yeah.
Um, and then she just 360 in the ring. You're like, where was Rio 2 minutes ago? Like, but
She's a
no,
great talent.
she is honestly like, she's like one of the girls that you do look up to in wrestling and go, that's where I want to be in a few years. Like, that's where I want to head, is the way she just shot off. She just shot off, and no wonder she just shot off.
Exactly that. And she'll probably be shooting off up in America at some point, I would have
Oh,
thought.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I mean, to be fair, personally, I'm shocked it's not happened yet. Like, so somebody needs to get that contract to that woman because she'll be the best to sign.
Somebody needs to get that cash out and get her signed.
They're going to regret it if they don't, because
Yeah,
somebody else is going to take it.
yeah, exactly that. Right, we're gonna move on to some random stuff now. The
Right.
great part about this is I didn't say random stuff. They're random wrestling questions that we ask.
Oh,
You
good luck to me.
Yeah, good luck to you because some of them are quite. I think if anything, it gets them thinking. If anything else, which is
Yeah.
whether
If
you
it's
want to.
trivia, I'm gonna just put my hand up and go, can I speak to a lawyer? Because
Don't worry, there's no trivia about this. These are all your opinions as well.
right, okay, right, that's fine.
Yeah.
I like my
So
opinion.
everyone goes on about Mount Rushmores of wrestlers and all of that stuff. I don't do that. But what I do is Mount Rushmores of wrestling theme songs. So you have four. Go.
Oh, I would say Paige, because amazing. AJ Lee, because I fangirl every time I hear it.
Of
Um, Obviously Eddie Guerrero's, because
course.
of course, naturally. And I always get dead excited when I hear Rey Mysterio's. Gets me dead excited.
Yeah, that's fine. There's a good four. There's a good. Ray's been done. Eddie hasn't. AJ Lee and that hasn't been done yet either. But could have heard that as early as Monday.
It's
So
as I said, Paige. I'm still waiting to hear that show up on my screen so I can like cry inside. But you
could
know,
happen. Could happen.
hopefully.
Who knows? Right. The next question is Rosie's table for free. So you get to have dinner with three wrestling personalities, past or present, living or passed away. Who are they going to be?
I'm going to surprise you all here and say Eddie Guerrero. If
What a shock.
that's a shock. Becky Lynch. I'd love to
Oh,
sit
yeah.
down with Becky Lynch. Um, and my last one, I'd like to just hang about with Jey Uso for the day because he just seems a bit crazy. I'd love to just hang about with him for a bit.
Maybe do a few yeets, I suppose,
Yeah,
with him. If anything else, have we had any of those? Don't think so. So again, you're very one of a kind so
I'm
far.
winning.
You are winning. If you could debut a show like say let's just rephrase this. If you could debut on a for WWE or AEW or anything like that, what event or show would it be at?
I would like to do Elimination Chamber because I'd like to just jump off that once, just once. I'd just like to
Right.
jump off the top of it.
I've actually been inside that, the
Have
elimination.
you?
They done it at Access once. I've been inside Hell in a Cell, and the funny thing apart that was I walked around Hell in a Cell, and at the end of Hell in a Cell on the stairs was Hornswoggle. But you couldn't
That'd be me.
but you couldn't see him before. So we was getting around the hell, and it's actually as daunting as it sounds when you're even when you're in there and you're just walking around it.
Oh my God.
Like one of the I used to have a picture of myself pushing my friend up against the cell, and I've been on the Money in the Bank. I've been on the ladder climbing.
Oh.
Well, that's
No,
another.
I just want to climb to the top of the chamber and jump off it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, but
Maybe I like trash can on my head or something. Is it trash can, rubbish bin?
yeah,
Jump.
yeah, that's what EO Sky does. She
Yeah,
does.
exactly. I'd want to do that.
She doesn't. Now, this one, I always say, as a before we said, when I ask you this question, and for everyone watching at home, you know it's not legitimate when I ask this. So
Right.
when I say this is Rosie's Cluedo, so deaf one of these, if you've ever played a game Cluedo,
Yeah.
there is a murder weapon, and there is a room that you do this in. So you're
Okay.
committing the crime, but in
Okay.
wrestling, who are you committing the murder on? Where and what weapon are you using?
Oh. Does it have to be WWE people?
No, no, anyone in wrestling.
Oh, that's an odd one. Try to think who I'd want to murder. Probably my brother, Logan Smith.
Yeah.
Um, what weapon would I use against him? Oh, hmm, Logan Smith with. I'd probably, yeah. Can I have multiple weapons?
Sure thing, go nuts. Yeah, it's your
I
murder.
mean, I don't know if this is showing how sadistic I actually am and unhinged, but I would like to use barbed wire, get a wee bit of lemon and pour some salt in it and just torture it.
Wow. Okay, that's
I do love my brother, by the way.
yeah, it sounds it. Yeah. What room? Obviously.
What room?
Mm,
Oh,
typical Cluedo, right? There's a room that it happens in.
that's true. I always forget the room. It's always mustard anyway. Um,
Mustard kills everyone.
mustard does. Probably in the kitchen because that's aye kitchen. Aye,
Yeah, there
easy
you go.
access for my lemon and my salt.
Very, very true. And like I said, everyone, this isn't real. When
No,
we,
it isn't real. Logan, if you hear this, I don't actually want to kill you.
yeah,
But give me my 100 quid and we'll call it even, bud.
exactly that. Give Rosie your £100 that you owe her, Logan, or you may find yourself with barbed wire with a bit of lemon and salt, which isn't. Um, if you could have a band play you out at wrestling, which band would it be?
My Chemical Romance.
Oh, perfect. Look at that straight away. No hesitation whatsoever on that, that's another one that gets people. And last question, and this isn't kind of wrestling related, but if you could
Okay.
have an actress play you in a film about you, who would it be?
Kaya Scolorado.
This has been the quickest random wrestling game I've ever played in my entire life. But
Because because people have always said that me and her look very similar.
okay,
So go for somebody who looks like me. I'm just like the younger version of her.
Bruce Willis for me.
I, I mean, I
Well,
can see
I'd
if.
play him really instead of him playing. No, I'm joking. Right, we'll move on to the final part of the show. Look, what we see in wrestling, there is obviously people do have goals. Sometimes they're medium, sometimes they're short, sometimes they're longer goals. Do you have an end game, or is it are you just taking it time by bit?
Um, personally, right now, I'm taking it bit by bit. Like I took a break from the scene. I had a lot of personal stuff going on in my life,
Yeah,
so I decided that my head wasn't in it. Like I was not committed. I wasn't. Didn't have the passion or the fire, should I say, anymore, and it was starting to affect me. Like wanting to go to shows and wanting to like knowing that I had to go out there and put on a persona. I really struggled. So now I've been back over a year now, and during that time I was kind of taking my own kind of comfort bookings, like my comfort places. But
yeah,
now that fire's back, like mine's is just to keep developing, keep working different wrestlers, keep working in different areas, getting that feel for like how like different promotions work and different people for just working with different people that I'm not comfortable with, like that I've not wrestled like 6 or 7 times or do you know what I mean? Like now I'm just kind of ready to step out my comfort zone again, and I
yeah.
want to do that like step by step, like. I never wanted to walk back into the scene and just pick up where I left off. I wanted to start from dot one. Like, I was restarting. I was a full new person. Let's go. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, right, I've found my feet again, quite happy, found my fire. I'm ready to just keep getting my foot in the door in different promotions, different areas, different countries if that becomes an option. Like, I'm just ready to reintroduce Rosie to the world again. It's the new and improved me.
Yeah, excellent. That sounds really, really good. I have to ask because I've noticed. I think you've got ink on your arms there, tattoos.
Yes.
How many have you got, and what are the meanings?
Oh wow. We could be here all day because I'm absolutely coated in
You are?
tattoos.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Any
coated.
special ones that bring up? Is there meaning to some of them?
So I have one on my arm, right here. It's
Yeah.
I don't know, you won't be able to see it.
No.
It's a motorbike helmet,
Mhm.
and it's I had a partner when I was 19 who passed away from a motorbike accident,
No. Yeah.
and it's a photo of his helmet and his motorbike helmet and his favourite view to drive through, and
Oh.
like the kind of last words he said to me, and he's, you know what, his last words he kind of that he's like last text message he said, "Me, they actually just get me through life a lot because it is me." And he just said, "Live a mad life, girl, taste the world." And to me, that will always stick with me, which is why I used to everything that I used to do um, was like called a continuous road because he believed the world was a continuous road and it was like a motorbike journey, and you continued on that path until you found you never came off the road. You stopped off it a bit, but like you never came away from the road. You kept going. So I've always kind of stuck to that life motto. Like he passed away 10 years ago now. So, but even 10 years to this day, I still say continuous roads. Like this is my continuous road, and I'll keep going no matter how many stops I take along the way. I'll get back on that road again and continue the adventure.
That
Um,
is brilliant. That is
yeah,
absolutely awesome. What a great way to nearly finish. Because before we do, look, you are available for bookings. You've got shows coming up. I appreciate there's some that you can't tell us about, which is absolutely fine. What have
yeah.
you got coming up that you can tell us about? And how can promotions get in touch with you to book you on your show?
Yeah, so my next show is South Shield with Shield Pro Wrestling,
Yep.
where I hold the women's championship down there.
Yes.
Um, yes, I'm absolutely available for bookings. I'm quite happy to chat, quite happy to just appear as needs be. So I'm very open to bookings, open to new possibilities, and open for conversations. I'm very, very open for like different ideas that a promoter might have, and like let's see where I can fit in with that idea. Um, but yeah, I would say either my Rosie Nyte Facebook or my Rosie Nyte Instagram is the best way to get in contact with me. Um, and quite happy to have the chats there.
Yeah, indeed. Just don't forget the barbed wire and the lemon, everybody, for the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Right, I've got a few things to do. Ignite Wrestling Bank Holiday in May, May the 3rd. What better way? Come and spend it with us down in Borehamwood. The end game. It certainly is. Four matches so far announced. There will be a fifth one soon. Our former champion, the Turnbuckle champion, our former champion Aluna will return after relinquishing her championship. Opponent TBA. I don't know who that is yet, as it stands right now. Anyway, but our new champion, the first ever Grand Slam champion at Ignite, Chris Aries, a bit like the Comet, he smiles every 2,000 years. He will be making his first defense of our championship against upstart Denzel Mack. We've also got in the breakout division two of the England's youngest, hottest prospects, AJ Payne and Regan Blade. Remember the names, people. Will be making their Ignite debuts in the breakout tournament. First round so far, Ryan Curran. Unfortunately, got through last time. But we have a triple threat match also on the show. Tommy Kyle versus Jaden Williams versus Corey McRae. And the Ignite Championship, Tommy Tanner will be making his first defense of Z Championship against CPF's Joe Lando. So go and get tickets, 96 Eventbrite. Come and join us, Bank Holiday. There will be the fallout, of course, from everything that happened in the last show with the rebellion. Yes, it spilled it out into the foyer with the crowd at the end. Between Taylor James, the former Ignite champion, and general manager CJ Carter. God forbid what's going to happen. Taylor James on my shirt, by the way, for those people who know. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be supporting him. Far from it when it comes to May. But coming up on this channel, if you hit the playlist option right now, you go to TNA exclusives, you'll see AJ Francis there. And you'll be seeing Eddie Edwards there next week, as well as we will roll on with TNA as we head to Sacrifice. You can go and check us out at HTT Buckle everywhere. Rosie, it's been fantastic spending the evening with me. Thank you so
It's been
much.
a pleasure.
It's been great. Fiona, you've missed out on a
I
great show.
know, loser. It's, do you know what? She after called me Beetlejuice and she doesn't even show up. And here I showed up.
Yeah,
Supposed to
exactly.
be my thing that I don't show up. And here I am.
See, every time I talk about Rio, I say that she's going to give Fiona a spine buster. We need to make it happen.
Oh, Rio, if you're watching this, Fiona, you will be watching this. I hope Rio spine busters you.
And on that note, Fiona and everybody else, this has been Independent Showcase with Rosie Nyte, with Adam Cousins, and it's been on the Hit the Turnbuckle podcast. Until next time, everybody, buckle down, stay safe, and goodbye.